Hello and welcome to another episode of Sailing Melody. And today,
this week we are moving.
We're moving. This is it today, right now. They're literally unloading another boat off the lorry, and they're going to load us up and take us to Melody's new home.
And we're going on a lorry. We made the decision that we could have worked really hard and put the boat in the water and then taken it back out.
Over winter.
We weren't quite ready. The season's coming towards an end, and safety-wise and sanity-wise, I think the best decision for us was to put her on a low loader and move her. Yeah.
I mean, in reality, we could definitely have got this boat ready in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But there's the cutlass bearing to do, there's a couple of more welding patches, and the chain plates. And I've still got to go to work. I've got a big block of shifts. So the next chance that we would have had to move the boat ourselves would have been 4 days in September, which are the 4 days before our wedding. We're getting married on the 17th of September, everyone.
Yeah, so it would have been a bit frantic. So
it would have been.
We made this decision for our,
and when you do things quickly like that, mistakes happen. So for safety, we're moving her on a low loader, and we've managed to find a company that are doing it at a fantastic price for us, which otherwise it would have been not feasible.
Yeah, and it means that we really didn't want to put her in the water and then take her out.
Yeah.
I think that would have just, for us, it would have just been like
an anticlimax. So when she goes in the water, it will be, that's it, she's in the water.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we'll be lifting out periodically for maintenance anyway. But so there you go. The next thing that you will see is Melody being loaded onto the low loader, and then footage. And if you've never seen this kind of thing before, it is really interesting. How they lift the boat, how they get the boat onto the lorry.
And she'll go as fast as she's ever been in her life.
Yeah, so the thumbnail for this video, it might not be, but we were thinking the thumbnail for this video might be this.
55 miles an hour.
Yeah, this boat can do 55 miles an hour, because it will today. It's not clickbait, that's not clickbait, it's true.
Yeah.
It's only clickbait if it's a lie, so don't accuse me of clickbait if I use that thumbnail. We are doing 55 miles an hour, this boat is doing 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, and in true North Wales form, it's August and it's pouring down with rain.
It's pouring down with rain. There's a man in a high-vis jacket walking purposefully towards us. See you in a minute.
See ya.
Well, true to form, it's tipping down, and true to form, we've got a problem. The lorry driver's arrived and he's just worried about how we're going to get the mast on. We can't put it on the top because there's no real way of strapping it on there safely, so it looks like we're going to have to put the boat on backwards, stern to, just get the rain off, and then we're going to have to try and get the mast on alongside one of the bilge keels on an angle, otherwise it'll overhang the back of the lorry too much. Let's see what they're doing here. I'd have thought you'd have just put that over your shoulder, Harry. Yeah. That's one way to move the keel. It's a turn, yeah. So it looks like that's not going to work. The driver's just ringing up his boss to see if he can do 2 trips, take the mast and the boat separately. And it's because we're a triple keeler, it's just virtually impossible to get both on the same lorry at the same time. So I think they're going to take the mast back off, and your guess is as good as mine as what they're going to do next.
They're just taking the mast off because the boat and the mast won't go on together because of the triple keel. Luckily we're not moving that far because we're going to have to do 2 trips, one with Melody and one with her mast.
We're on and down, I think. Right, well, we're on the lorry. I've just jumped aboard to stop the camera because the lads have gone to have a bite of lunch. It took ages to get us onto the back of the lorry, and I just want to check that the batteries are good, and I've checked with the driver that I'm all right to press record again before we go. So the next bit should be the journey down.
Waiting on the bridge for Melody. Andy's behind her, I think. And what we were hoping is that we'd get an amazing shot of Melody coming under the bridge.
But it's cloudy.
But it's cloudy, yeah. But with normally you can see the whole of Snowdonia mountain range.
No.
That's not her. The whole of Snowdonia in the background, and today all you can see is clouds. So, but it'll still be cool. Is she coming?
Yeah.
See the flashing lights?
Yeah. Melody's going 50 miles an hour.
Might get her too. Give him a wave. There she is.
Jack's got up in the lorry, look at this. He's getting to drive the lorry. Give us a wave, Jack.
Hey!
Don't drive off.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, thanks!
Well, this is Mark, our driver from Sealand, who's done a fantastic job.
Always do, mate.
Give him a good review on YouTube. Worth the weight in gold, these lads. And this is such an interesting yard. You've got so many interesting, cool boats here. There's a square riggers in the corner over here. There's a fella behind here standing on planks in the mud, working on his boats. Reminds me of Ship Happens. And then over the back there, you've got the fishing fleet are all in. So they've got everything from small little pocket trailer sailors to huge, great big fishing boats. So it's a much bigger yard with a lot more going on. And we've loved being at Holyhead, but this is a really interesting change of scene for us for the last few months, and it will only be a few months that we're here. Gonna have to, Jack. Is that too overhanging? No, that'd be fine, won't it? Yeah, I can still work on the bowsprit like that. The mast is here on the lorry and they're just unloading it with the forklift truck. And I've got my trestles out of the van, so we're going to get the mast off the lorry and next to Melody where it should be. We are in our new home, just getting her positioned and settled. We can relax and watch a film. We're going to have an Indian and a glass of wine tonight, aren't we, Melissa?
We are.
We're going to have a curry and a glass of wine. Let's just go and have a look at the view at the front.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm going to say you're pointing that at your ear.
Am I? I'm pointing that at my ear, apparently.
We're very excited. Although we didn't sail here, we are closer to the sea, we can touch it.
We are closer to the sea. Come and have a look how much closer. Look at this for a view.
Drop the dinghy.
We could actually drop the dinghy off the using the anchor windlass. So here's our view off the bow of the boat, and it feels like we're in the sea. There's Melissa right out. You can walk right out on that now. That's all welded and nice and solid. And wonky. It's still wonky. Still need Nigel to make us a new one of them. He's got the steel to do it, but now we're in a position to do it. So right here, this bay here, once upon a time, there was a young couple called Mark and Nadiana, and they bought a boat knowing nothing about them, and on their second trip out up this very stretch of water, their engine failed, and they managed to make their way back into this bay and dropped anchor and got their anchor stuck around a piece of chain. So I thoroughly encourage you to go back and watch that episode because it's brilliant.
Yeah, didn't they buy their boat from Dickies?
They bought their boat from Dickies and set up from this yard and set up with this yard. So we are very much following in their footsteps, and we will catch them up. And in the meantime, we're very pleased to be here.
We'll show you around in a bit as well. We're going to have a cup of tea, and then we'll show you around the yard so you can see where we are. See, there's lots of interesting boats in here.
There is. I'm just interrupting proceedings to proudly announce that Nigel's channel is now live. Head down to the link in the description or search for the YouTube channel Bleeding Rust to follow Nigel as he works in his shipping container workshop, tackling a host of fascinating projects, many of which are specifically for us on Melody, but also tons of other amazing stuff. And I would love for all 60,000 of you, our subscribers, to go and subscribe to him as well to see just how fast we can grow his channel from nothing to a huge YouTube platform. He's going to be releasing a new video every Wednesday to tie in specifically with our channel to show in detail the work that he's doing for Melody as well as his other projects. So as soon as you've finished our episode, please head over and subscribe to Nigel's channel Bleeding Rust. No, I'm not doing a Titanic moment. How very dare you. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's not happening. We're not doing the Titanic.
The other way round.
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a spoil sport.
I am a spoil sport. I'm very sorry, but I'm not doing the Titanic. She just looks happier in this position. She looks so happy and grubby. But now we can get the chain plates welded in and we can finish painting, top coat, top coat, top coat. And there's some very exciting news coming about top coats and paints as well, which we'll tell you about in a future episode, so keep watching. Let's have a look around the new yard then.
Yes.
So where should we go first?
Walk along the front. So a prime spot.
Yeah.
This is big.
You pay extra for this room in hotels.
Yeah. Yeah, don't trip over and go over the edge, Jack. That would be bad.
This is Noah's Ark.
Jack reckons this is Noah's Ark. Yeah.
And that looks like Kevin's boat.
It does, just a lot bigger. Flipping heck, look at that. There's a prop shaft even bigger than ours.
Yes.
I like big props and I cannot lie. Wow, what a thing. Look at that. There's an old lifeboat, look.
Yeah, there's another one down there.
Yeah. Fishing boats. And that's a serious boat, isn't it? I'm not really sure. It's not a fishing boat. Oh yeah, it's a patrol boat of some sort, isn't it? Seeker's got one of them.
Yeah.
SB Seeker's got one of them. Oh, that's a little, it's a little Fisher 20, yeah. That's an ideal first boat, that is actually.
Little private house.
Fantastic thing, look at that. How wonderful.
Triple kill.
That's what you want, Emily. Emily's having our Vivacity that we've got on the drive. It's definitely a motor sailor, not a sailing boat.
You need big top.
Tiny little mast on it. This is their launching area.
How do you get the plane down there?
The crane doesn't go down there. It's like when we launch Miss Rosie, it goes up here.
Hold Jack's hand. It's a long way down. If you fall in there, you're in deep doo-doo. Look at this over here. Clevier.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. What a thing. That is fantastic. You could easily sail this around the world, but it's a lot of work maintaining something like this.
Yeah. Look at the bow.
Yeah, I know. Wow, look at that for a ship's wheel. A proper pirate ship's wheel on the poop deck. Oh, we could do seats like that on Melody, look.
Like what?
Like these.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That might work.
Yeah.
That might work. Thanks so much for watching. These videos really wouldn't be possible without the contributions and help of our wonderful patrons: Jeffrey Duckworth, Stephen Fowler, Alan Harrison, Sarah Jane Pedley, Ian Firth Clark, Billy Tilley, Andrew Strand, Lauren Cagliaro, Peter Jacobson, Keppel P. Small, Wilhelm Holmberg, Olafur, Scott and Sarah, Keith Wignall, Craig Warnock, Doug Lessing, Som Varma, Arthur Verheyen, Susan Woodrum, Paige Greer, My Star 2 Project Restoration Project, Nirobu, John Andrews, Spadger, Leon Plumakers, Neil Davis, Paul Robinson, William Anderson, Paula Offert, Martin John Madsen, Jean-Charles Thormarie, Sarah Epps, Sarah and Timo, Sharon Reynolds, Lady Dewbuild, Robert Freeman, Mike and Caroline Colling, Emilian Picue, Chad McGregor, David Flaherty, Daniel Moore, MV Liberty 2, that's Barb and Ray, Alan Long, Sailing River Song, Thomas Perry, Hans Marius, Kathleen Connors, Ted and Joe Kiefer, Barry Walker, Cornelis van der Bent, Pamela Bennett, David Olson, Maggie and Mac, Anonymous Trucker, Jeff Altenberg, Eric Nermo, Terry Hamilton, Dennis Small and John Bruce. Thanks so much guys, we really appreciate your support.